Hey guys, it's Sean Zinn, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor, and
Matthew Victoria, Matt's your mortgage guy.
we haven't done this in a week, and it's funny because we both were on vacation,
hmm
and we're always preaching, being consistent. Did it bother you that we didn't have a live on Monday?
I was jonesing a little bit. I was like, oh wait a minute, we're not going live. I don't know what's going on here.
It definitely was like it becomes a habit, so. It is, and it feels like, damn, I should be doing this, but we also have to take care of ourselves too. So once in a while, like not having it's fine, but we're trying to prove to people the more you do things, the more consistent you are, it's going to help your business.
We should have did a live from the beach.
That would have been something. Like you were in Mexico and I was down the shore.
Yeah, live from the cabana right here in Cancun.
I wonder how the connection would be for that type of situation. But hey, we always, even when we're on vacation, we are still making things happen, hustling, talking to people. I had a week that I was not working, but I still was closing business last week. And you the same, right?
Yeah, it was busy. I had actually quite a few pre-approvals while I was away. The beauty is that they had I bought one of those big rechargeable batteries to run the laptop. So I took that down with me to the cabana. They had Wi-Fi out there. Cell phone service not so great because they only have one real cell phone company now. It's called Telcel. So I
Hmm.
have Verizon. So Verizon's in, they give you the Mexico, but the service sucked. But nonetheless, still put in like 3 or 4 deals, pre-approvals going out. One of them was a realtor, and she and I connected with her partner through Facebook, and wound up connecting with her. She's like, "Oh, I need a pre-approval like ASAP." So call her, text her, send her an email. She gets back to me with her stuff. I get back to her, and she's like, "Wow." She's like, that was really quick." I was like, "Would you believe I'm down in Mexico?" She's like, "Get out of here."
Hey, when you have systems in place, that's how you can do things when you're remote. That's why, even with this whole coronavirus, hasn't really affected me on my business because I've been doing this, doing things remote forever. I don't go into an office. I don't need to go to an office to generate business. Most people go to an office and what do? They just dick around most of the time, right?
They sit around, they play Candy Crush, they surf on Facebook or the marketplace or Amazon. That's been the new
And
thing now for people.
it's instead of working, like I'm always, if I'm on my phone, my wife talks, she buffs me, and I'm sure Carrie buffs you, is we're always on our phone, literally talking on the phone. And that's why I wanted to talk about like prospecting with our phone today with our following and those that are watching, because if I'm on my phone, this is money. There's things that are coming through. It's either on social media, an email or text, or a phone call. Yes, an actual phone call. I actually talk to people. My wife is like, I hate, because you never know. Some people you get stuck on the phone for hours, but
Oh, I know.
and it's just something that it happens. But that's also a relationship that you have. That's why it goes that long. But I'd rather be like this and talking and building relationships because it will bring business in. And this is everywhere. You can have this anywhere. We were at the beach and it was still working and we're still making things happen. And people were like, "Wow, holy crap, you're on vacation, you're still working?" Because it's you have to always kind of be working or have the ability to because the business is going to go somewhere else unless you have an assistant or a team that could pick up the when you're gone.
Well, sales isn't a 9 to 5, occupation. Sales is a 24/7 type of thing. And just like you said, if they call you, you don't answer. Well, you know what? They go down the line. If it's that urgent, they go down the line to the next person. So and that's why this right here is what we call. There we go. What we call a mobile office, and that's why it's important.
I mean, compare. I reflect in the past. Like when we had those flip phones, we had the beeper. Like we're a little older, so we had a beeper, and it wasn't like you couldn't just call somebody right away. You had to actually people had to wait to get responses. the way to get information, there was a delay. It wasn't like instantaneous. Like somebody, a real estate agent wants to know how a loan's going. They're going to call you and it's instant right now. It's not like you could hide from them, but it's important to give that information as soon as you can. Not like in the past. What did we do? We had so much more time on our hands. It's like crazy.
Well, back in the day, they would call, they'd leave a voicemail, and then they had to wait for you to get back to them. We've gotten a little spoiled in that sense, and that's the thing with like the new generation. This is all that they know. So they talk about instant gratification. Well, think about it. It's all that they know is instant gratification. For us, we didn't have Google. We didn't have the email that worked like this. We didn't have direct messenger and text messaging, So we've gotten a little spoiled as well and getting used to the instant gratification now. And the phone allows you to do all of this. And it amazes me when people don't have their voicemail set up, or when they don't, their voicemail box is full, or something like that. Or, if you call somebody, I try to follow back up with a text. Like if I'm calling a prospect or a realtor said, hey, call this person for a pre-approval. I call them. They probably don't answer because think about it. Most people aren't salespeople, right? So they don't answer numbers they don't know.
Yeah.
So you have to think about it this way, and a lot of people don't. So you have to, what I do is I try to follow up with a text. Hey, this is Matt. Sean asked me to reach out to you about your home financing for your purchase. This way there's a context of what my phone call is. Otherwise, they're just hitting the FU button, the decline, sending you to voicemail because they don't know who you are.
It's so true. I mean, I get tons of calls, potential spam. I love how that comes across the top. And I'm like, goodbye, you're not coming to me. But I answer every call most of the time. And it's usually now the recent one has been the goddamn warranty for my car that I haven't had on for the last 3 years that I go on a do not call list. And they still freaking call me. But
Well,
I
there's
answer
the numbers now, so it looks like local numbers. They're getting smart.
Over vacation, I did this in front of my wife and my in-laws. I said, I'm going to talk to these people. So I answered the phone and I said, it must be so important that you call me 8 times a day that I need something with my warranty. Just like a simple question like that. Boom, they hung up on me. I'm like, wow, what kind of person are you now? I'm actually throwing it back at you. And I like to see and hear what other people do on the phone. But you said it perfect. Some people don't have a voicemail, and some people should change it every single day. Wow, how awesome is that? If you call, hey, it's Matt, Victoria, I'm going to be in meetings from this time to this time. I'm returning calls from this time to this time. You're giving and setting expectations instead of saying, hey, it's Sean Zine, or hey, it's 201-320-3454, my phone number. Give some people some information,
Well, I'm going to take what you just said and spin it a little differently, right? You ever watch Boiler Room?
Yes.
So you ever hear the phone conversation where the guy tries to sell him the Times or whatever that is, right? So what if you turned around and tried to sell them auto, insurance? They call up and say, hi, this is Sean. And then they say, oh, we're calling about your warranty. Hey, by the way, who do you get your insurance from? Maybe you could hook me up with some of these warranty people that you're calling and getting quotes for insurance to lower their price. Would that help you out?
I've actually done that. Usually any vendor that comes to my house or I talk to on the phone, I had one of the security companies come to my home and I sold them some insurance. I had a fence company come to my home and I sold them some insurance. So it's always an opportunity to just have conversations. And going back to the phone, everyone has the phone. It's always near them. So you can always, connect with anybody you want to. We have our group. I have the Connection Machine group. And I tell people, there's people in these groups that do nothing. I'm like, have you reached out to anybody in these groups? There's real estate agents, there's financial advisors, there's accountants, there's any small business owner. There's all kinds of different trades that you can throw into your toolbox. Oh, you want me? I can reach out to them via phone call? Yes. I would send them a text if you're nervous about calling people. Hey, I would love to learn more about your business. Do you have 15 minutes to have a conversation? Everyone has 15 minutes. That, let alone text, gets me a number of conversations every single day. but people don't want to do it.
Well, so what I always say is ABC, always be conversing, right? Because it's always great to talk about what it is that you do, not overly salesy or pitchy. Like and here's another thing, you should have your business card digital on your phone. If you don't have a digital business card, get something. I know you have the
web cards,
web cards, or even just a JPEG, of your the proof of your card. Not taking a picture of it, and if you're gonna do that, crop it out and make it look nice. But the reason why is because when I was down in Mexico with my wife, we were in the pool, and I wound up meeting these two guys from New York. One of them owns a clothing business, and he's like, oh, I've been renting, and because of course it always comes into the conversation. Do you live there? Do you rent? Do you own? Well, tell me about your story. And then it turns out that the guy's been trying to buy. He's self-employed, doesn't declare anything on his taxes. So I'm like, oh, you know what? Let me send you my card. Let's talk next week. Now, what did I do? I texted him my card, but not only that, I now have his phone number in my phone, so this way I can go and follow back with him.
Because he's going to call you no matter what.
Right. So there's two people. Another guy was actually working. He works in for the movie industries in Queens. There's a filming studio in there, Silver Cup Studios, I think it is. So he's just gotten back to work now. His daughter lives in Secaucus with her mother, and he's really been thinking about moving to New Jersey now to be closer to his daughter. Boom. He's in my phone. I send him a text. Hey, great meeting you in the pool. I put his name in there, so this way I know who he is. It's a great meeting you, Joel, or Smith. Look forward to helping you out with your home purchase in New Jersey. Boom. So what did I do? I did that with the phone because I was just on point with it. I have it ready. I know what it is to do. And this way, it helps me generate a lot of business just in random conversations. If you hand somebody a business card, what do you think the likeliness of them calling you is? 1 in 100.
Right.
Because otherwise they're going to wind up seeing an ad someplace. They're going to wind up looking on Zillow, finding a house, and next thing you know, now that realtor's got them. No, be proactive. This is part of the phone. My wife and I role play because we're planning on having children, right? So she likes to role play with me to see how I'm going to be as a father, right? So we practice, and one of the things that we do is every time I pick up the phone, I say, it's a money call. So this way I'm going to train my children to know that when I pick up the phone, it's a money call. Just like you were saying before, Daddy's on a money call.
It's something that they watch you. Kids watch you. And I always, and that's why my daughter's in a lot of my videos, and I've actually been talking to my 13-year-old daughter every day on FaceTime, and she sees what I'm doing on social media, and she knows that I am focused on making and helping as many people as possible, because the more that you help, it comes back. And using the phone is a huge thing in everyone's business. And it just goes back to, and also being upbeat. Don't just answer the phone. Hi, it's Sean. How can I help you? Who the hell wants to work with you if that's the case? And they always say, smile and dial. That's, you don't want to be upset when you're, because every conversation can lead to something. You have to change your mindset. A lot of people go into it, oh, I'm going to get a listing or I'm going to get a buyer. Hey, how about maybe you're not going to have that mindset? You're going to recommend a mortgage person. You're going to recommend a roofer. You're going to recommend somebody that's doing, I don't know, handyman work or painter. And that the more that you can recommend out, look about now, if you recommend 5 people every single day out, every single day for 5 days, you're going to get lots of business coming back to you because they're all going to be on the lookout for you.
Well, I'm going to add a couple of things on there. So my father taught me, because my family has a bridal magazine. So a lot of it was done on the phone. And my father, every time he would pick up the phone, he would go from this to this, this to this. And, I said, why are you doing that? He said, because a smile comes through the phone. And people don't get that. If you're in a shitty mood and you make a phone call, you're probably going to wind up having a shitty phone call and a shitty outcome, right? So what do you do? And this goes into like Tony Robbins stuff and physiology and stuff like that. Stand up, jump around, whatever it is that you need to get yourself pumped up. But you need to go into that phone call in a positive mindset and a positive mood, because otherwise it's going to be a shitty call, right? So you want to have a smile when you're doing it. The other thing is that it's not a sales call. It's a real estate conversation call. That's all that it is. Because if you're thinking about selling something, you're already going into it the wrong way. Don't go into it expecting a sale. Go into it having a conversation to see how you can help them. Now, the other thing that people don't do is they don't pick up on pain points. If somebody says, oh, you know what, we were thinking about buying, but this happened. Oh, well, tell me what happened. My car died or this and that. Hey, you know what? Do you have a great mechanic that that can help you out with that? Or do you need help with somebody, that can help you get a new car? Like, now you've got a lead for a used car salesperson, which we all know plenty of. I wound up actually finding somebody that did a refinance for one of my clients by putting it up on Facebook, trying to help my client. They refinanced their car, zero money to the table, right? Their credit union was going to charge them $9,000, and then they were going to lower their car payment by like $400, right? Well, through Facebook, I met somebody that's in Ohio. He refinanced them for zero out of their pocket and lowered their payment from $850 to $510 a month.
I thought you were a mortgage guy.
I am, but you know what? This is what I do. I'm a service person, and that's where it is by picking. I remember having a conversation with somebody about a mortgage, and he's like, oh, well, I don't know if I can do this yet, blah, blah. So I said, well, why not? What's going on? Well, my mother, she's really sick, and I don't know, what to do with her. Hey, listen, I have somebody that can actually does either in-home health care, or they can help place her if that's what you need. Can I arrange a conversation? Yeah, that'll be great. Now you're a service person. That's what you are. You don't sell anything, just like a realtor, right? A realtor does not own the house that they are listing or that they're helping their client to buy. I don't own the money that I lend out. You don't own the insurance that you're getting people. You're giving them a service. So we are customer service representatives.
Right.
First and foremost.
Just to piggyback, yes. I think I have a little echo. You must have me on a little speaker, but there are problems, like you said, that we want to be solutions to those problems. That's why I became the connection machine, because anyone that needs something, my inbox is like, hey, I need this, and I'm use this person. Oh, I need that, and use this person, because you become a resource. And and I also changed as far as my calls, the connection calls, just like you were saying in real estate calls, the connection calls. You're making connections, you're having conversations. And I go even a step further, and I post it on Facebook because I'm friends with most of the people that I do business with. Or if they're recommending me, they're friends of mine. So I always give shout outs. Oh, I have no time for that. Just that single little trait that I actually teach in my mentoring program gets me tons of business, because I'm sharing the grateful that I am for the business that's coming in. And it's from the phone calls, answering the phone, being upbeat, being enthusiastic as hell. I'm actually rereading again Grant Cardone, right? And important thing is, and I love this, the 4 degrees of action. You could be the do-nothings. You could be the retreaters. You could just do the normal that you normally do, the 3rd. Or you could have massive action. Most people are the do-nothings and the retreaters. You don't want to be the normal, because that's just what you just normally do. You just get by. You're going to be average. That's why I do tons of videos. That's why I do tons of social media marketing, because I want to be massive as far as everything that I do. So it increases. People say, oh, I have no time. You have no time not to get on board what we're doing and being consistent.
Well, if you have no time, it means you're not managing it properly, first off. And then other people just don't like some realtors that I've spoken to, what they do is they play a little phone game. Right? And the phone game is every day they'll call 10 contacts. They'll reach out to 10 contacts in their phone. Some do it alphabetically. Some do it, they just start and the first one that, an A, and they go 10 down. You can do it any way you want to. But what if you reach out to them and just say, hey, just wanted to see how everything was coming along. Anything that I can help you with, whether it's real estate or not. And that's the thing that people don't get is like, you've got contacts. Like they say, where do I start? Well, if you're not buying leads, or if you're not active on social media, what do you do? Well, you've got access to all of these business pages that you can reach out to local businesses and say, hey, I don't have a painter that I recommend. I'd love to have a conversation with you. I don't have an architect that I recommend, or a handyman. So what if you put 3 in your repertoire now, or in your contacts list that you can refer out? Hey, listen, I'll refer you business. Let's talk about how we can help each other out. And you know, a lot of people don't think about that when they say, "Oh, what do I do?" There's no business out there. Reach out to all of your old contacts and your old open house lists or prospects or deals that fell through. You know, hey, just wanted to follow up and see how your real estate search was coming along. Very simple and easy question that just opens the whole door.
I just scrolled to the bottom of my contact list, and I delete a lot of different things. Just like right now, today, what are we? The July 27th. That's crazy. I got 2112 contacts, 2,112 contacts.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to do. You can sit here and you can text people, because if you can text hundreds of people, you won't go on a Facebook jail. If you do a lot of messengers on Facebook, you go on Facebook jail. You can text people to your heart's content. Call people. Hey, I just wanted to connect. I haven't heard from you in a while. You know, I just wanted to find out what's new, and just have calls consistently so they're here. Or have Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 2 hours in the morning, 8 to 10. 8 to 10 a.m., Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Those are your connection calls. And I would do one extra like hour on a Friday. Just follow up on everything you did on that week.
Think about it, right? If you do 10 a day for a week, that's 70, right? And you said you had what, 2,100 in your phone, right? What's up there, Eric? How's it going? I'm glad.
What's up, Eric?
Glad
Lisa?
getting something out of this.
Yeah.
You know. So, and you said you had 2,110, right?
Yep.
So that would keep you busy for 30 weeks. 30 weeks, right? That's over half the year at 10 a day.
Right.
For 7 days a week.
And if you're not doing anything and you're not busy, you can do more than 10. You don't have to just stop at 10. That could be a goal of 10 if you're busy. Because I try to always have follow-up calls. That's where the money's in the follow-up, guys.
And that's not including adding in financial planners, CPAs, attorneys, divorce attorneys, estate attorneys, short sale. Like, you should make it a point to try and connect with 2 to 4 of these people a week if you got nothing to do. Like, if you have no business, the first place to start is exactly right there with your phone. Because now most people have 2,500 contacts in their phone, give or take, right? Yeah. 2,000 to 2,500 contacts or more. So right there off the bat, I remember calling a prospect that was sent to me by a realtor. The guy had jacked up credit. He was fixing it, but he's 3 to 6 months off from buying. He's like, oh, my sister actually is just coming out of the credit repair program, and I'm going to connect you with her because I did something that somebody else taught me what to do. And when you get off the phone, say, hey, by the way, if you know anybody thinking about buying or refinancing a house, I'm in the mortgage business, right? So what if you as a realtor do the same thing, right? What if you make it part of your script? Because if you're not scripting, that's a whole other conversation and video that we can do. But make it part of your script before you hang up that phone, say, hey, by the way, if you know anyone else that's thinking about buying or selling a home, I'm in the real estate business. What if you get just one deal out of that in a whole year? It paid for itself because what did it cost you? Zero.
And I see a lot of agents. They're calling open houses, people that come to their attendance to the open houses, which you should be doing anyway. I would circle the neighborhood too. I would do a call of the neighborhood. Everyone calls expireds. Why are real estate agents focused on the for sale by owners? And if they focus, these are people that want to sell and need to sell. And they can, if they partner with Matthew Victoria, he could put a sign on not even just a for sale by owner and Matthew's phone number. Why would I give Matthew, put his phone number on a sign? Because now the phone, instead of them calling the agent and bothering and not understanding, Matthew would qualify every single buyer that calls that number. Matthew would find out what the time frame would be. How long have they been renting? Are they thinking about buying in the next couple months or in the next 6 months? Because if it's a 6-month lead, and I love this, the agents would be like, oh, that's garbage. It's 6 months. That's the people you need to work on, because in 6 months, that's how many conversations you could have with them in the next 6 months that you can get leads from, recommendations from. Oh, I can't get recommendations for things I didn't close. That's complete bullshit. You can get more business right now from people that you've never closed business with.
And
But
do you know
people don't
why?
take time.
Sean, do you know why?
They
Because
don't
they
ask.
don't ask for it.
Right.
If you don't ask, the answer is automatically going to be no. Right? It's what we tell our children, right? We teach our children, or you should be teaching your children, just ask. Right? And
What's
I
the
tell
worst
people
thing that's going to happen?
when I speak to potential buyers, I say to them, hey, listen, there's no such thing as a stupid question. The only stupid question is the one that you don't ask. Right? So if you don't ask, you'll never know what the answer would be. What if they turn around and say, yeah, you know what? I didn't think about that. I can't market my property right now. You know, I appreciate you calling because now you just gave me some information that I never had before. You know, because what happens is they don't pick one thing or two things and stick with it. They wind up picking 15 different things and they try it one time. Oh, this didn't work. You need repetition and consistency. And it's like what Tony Robbins says, you know, it's little changes, right? 2 millimeters makes a huge difference. Think about a plane taking off going from New York to Los Angeles. If that plane is off by 2 degrees, it's going to end up in frickin' Alaska, right? So you have to keep redirecting and then fixing and keeping going. You know, look at your results. They don't ever actually measure their results and say, oh, you know what, this didn't work. You know how many realtors don't record their phone calls and listen to them to see how they sounded on the phone or how that call went or where that call took a 90-degree turn and just went south and just blew up? They never do that because they never military debriefs. When they have an operation, as soon as it's done, they debrief it. So they say, okay, this went good, we can do this a little bit better, this was bad, we don't want to do this anymore. They never actually debrief what it is that they're doing and looking at the results to fine tune them and get them better.
You always have to reflect and try to make yourself better no matter what. And it's no matter how big you get and how many deals you've done, there's a variety of things. And I've been giving stuff away for free. Guys, give stuff away for free. Let people go into your groups. Let people go and learn things from you so that they will now have a connection to you. And then when the time comes, they need insurance or they need mortgages or need real estate or need a financial advisor, they will reach out to you. But don't be the one that just all you do every single time you talk to somebody is like, oh, you know, I sell this, this, and this. Like nobody wants to hear that product and service pitch every single time you talk to somebody. Get to know people, have a good conversation, and actually talk and get to know it. You know, maybe they have family, maybe they have pets, maybe they're into like working out or hobbies and things like that. You won't ever know that because you're just focused on sales, sales, sales.
It's important, and that's where the conversations all come from is talk to people. Find out what they're having a problem with, because that you can turn into something. You know, in questions, you want to ask open-ended questions. If you ask yes or no, that's it. But if you ask an open-ended question, that's how you build rapport. You know, it was funny because when we were down in Mexico, we went on one of those timeshare pitches.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
It's actually pretty cool, and they actually gave us a really great deal. But the funny thing is that the salesperson was from New Jersey, right? So of course, you know, we're from Jersey. We love everybody outside of New Jersey when we're out of the country, and you're from New Jersey, like, oh, we're buds, you know. But it was funny because she started talking to me, and she had somebody that was a trainee. I said, listen to her. I said, she's building rapport right now. If you don't know what rapport is, you better go find out, because you're going to have a lot of trouble in the sales game if you don't know what rapport is and how to build it. But rapport is where you get in sync with each other. And how do you do that? By asking questions. You know, when you ask somebody, hey, who controls the conversation? They say, well, the person that does the most talking.
No.
Ask your question and then shut the hell up and let them.
100%. You have to shut up and let people just talk. And the more they talk, they are just like, they love talking about whatever it is they want to talk about. So let them go. Let them go. Then they're going to be like, wow, Matt and Sean, they just let me talk. And that's what that's what we want you to do.
Oh, they were pretty cool, you know? And they don't know why, but the reason why is because we asked them questions and we built rapport with them. And then you make your little comments or you ask more questions to get them to the place that you want them to be. Mm-hmm. You know, when somebody says, oh, I'm not looking anymore, they're renting. Oh, okay, well, what happened that made you stop looking? Or when you were looking, what were you looking for? Because ultimately, do you really want to keep living in an apartment? No. Right. You don't want me to sell you, though, on not living in an apartment and buying a house. That's what it is.
Yep.
But selling is not telling.
I threw in the comments. Let's see the action takers. The group is in the comments. So let's see those that are watching this join. There's a bunch of other ones that we've done in the past. We're doing many more in the near future. There's other videos you can check out. If you're an action taker, you want to join and check out my YouTube channel, please check out my YouTube channel. We're all about providing value. Besides, helping you with insurance, I can help you with video and social media marketing. I can help you with, web cards. If you don't have, we talked about earlier, a digital business card. If you need one, check it out. It's right here. You can buy one, purchase one. It says on the bottom of mine, it says build web card. Check it out. And I could do a reminder, insurance from home, auto, flood, general liability, workers' comp on small businesses, and life insurance. And I can do it anywhere in the country, guys. Social media allows me to do things across the country now. And Matt?
So does the phone and the computer, my friend. We are now global, doing the things that we need to do. Like I said, I was putting in loans and deals from Mexico. So, and we are across the country. That's the nice thing about the company that I'm with now. I have a loan in California. I have a loan in New York. So if you guys need any help with anything, whether it's loans, second opinions, coaching, lead generation, all of these other things, that's what we're here for. I've got a team of people now. We have somebody speaks Spanish, somebody speaks Indian. So we're now multicultural for people as well. So if you guys have clients in different nationalities, we can help them too. Oh, and my partner Marty speaks Russian.
So there's a lot of variety and a lot of opportunity. So if you're an agent, this is a great connection to have. Let's all work together and grow. And if you have questions, let's use us as a resource. Reach out, text us, message us, email, whatever.
That you work with already too, hey, great. Just like if you have an insurance person you work with, great. You know what? It never hurts to have somebody else in your stable, because what if something happens?
Maybe they're on vacation and they don't answer their phone. You have somebody that can help. So
we're here for it.
Hey, I hope you have an awesome day, brother. And I hope everybody that's watching us has an awesome day. And we look forward to hearing from you. If you need anything, please reach out.
You too, brother.